or whoever that.
Gabe Kapler.
Yeah, the manager.
He's gone.
There, we're good there.
The next step is you have to let the GM do his job. That he's in the hot seat now.
Yeah.
The GM is certainly in the hot seat because if the team still does bad, it's not on the manager because it's the manager's first year. It's not it's the manager's first year. That Klentak has had. I think this is his 4th year now.
Yeah.
3rd or 4th.
But
he's been a terrible evaluator of pitchers.
He's been.
He had a chance to sign Charlie Morton to an extension or a new contract. He passed up. The guy's a 2-time All-Star in the last 3 years. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, he's just been terrible. I mean, to be honest, like with everyone. I mean, if you
I
with
strongly
Bryce,
believe the only reason why he's got this next chance is because of the fact that he brought in Harper, Realmuto, McCutchen, and Segura last offseason. I think that's the only reason why. And during the season he brought in Bruce and Dickerson.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten any help with the pitching. He got Hughes, Parker, and I forget the other guy. They were all right. I mean, they came in. They threw some solid innings, and sometimes they struggled, but that's it. I mean, but they didn't help. They weren't the difference makers, those impact guys. I mean, look at the Braves, the Nationals. They didn't give up much. They got top quality relievers.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the Braves lost in 5 games to the Cardinals, and the Nationals just beat the friggin' Dodgers. That was a shocker on its own.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
No one thought the Dodgers were going to fall.
No, yeah.
But the Dodgers were the best team in the National League. They had 106 wins.
Yeah.
If you have 106 wins, you got to move on to the first round, especially against a team that has 90-something wins. And that you've had their number all season.
Wasn't that like that's technically what, wild card now?
The Nationals were the wild card team.
We're a wild card team.
Yep.
Yeah,
because the Braves were the NL East champion, the Cardinals were the Central, the Braves were the West.
Yeah.
The Nationals beat the Brewers to get into the postseason. They shouldn't have beaten the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But the loss is on the fault of the manager on that one. He really screwed up.
Well, yeah. You got some.
Kershaw Bueller, who pitched unbelievably during the season.
You just got so much going on in the MLB this year, just with the fact of like you had like people like Bryce swapping teams, Machado swap teams. And San Diego didn't do anything to their atrocious pitching last season.
They didn't.
Like,
admittedly though, there weren't a lot of good.
Let's add a guy that goes, you know, what was it? Machado's numbers the year before he got signed by the Padres.
He was hitting like 250 something.
Yeah,
280 I think it was. This year he hit 250 something.
Yeah, like that's a significant step down from where
it is.
It is. Like
I think he still had something home runs though, which isn't terrible.
But it's not.
Well, it's not. It's actually good for the fact he's playing for the Padres. That ballpark is not a hitter-friendly park at all.
No, not at all.
So to hit 20-something home runs in a non-friendly ballpark is still pretty good.
Yeah.
But Harper, on the other hand, hit almost 260. Had a career high in RBIs for a season. He had over 100.
Yeah.
And he had 35 or 36 home runs.
Yeah.
Can't really ask more from the guy. Yeah. He was in there almost every single game. He missed. I think you can count on 2 hands the amount of games that he missed all season, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy for baseball because
most players you'll see 100, 120 maybe, not 150 something games.
No.
Very few players, if any at all, are able to play that many games. He was in every day.
Yeah.
There were times where he got hurt. You saw him slide into walls trying to make catches. bruised his knee, stayed in, still played. Next day, he was in. The next day, he was in. He is as tough as they come.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know, in baseball, it is all about, with the superstars, it's all about the toughness, because, you know, in football, you know, you got your Aaron Rodgers, you got your Brett Favres, you know, you got, you know, Drew Brees, you know,
you got those guys.
The only people that, like, the only thing that sidelines them is like a broken collarbone or a broken wrist, like,
or a torn ligament.
Yeah, torn ligament in your thumb, like in your
throwing hand.
Yeah.
If he tore the ligament in his left hand, he'd still be playing.
Yeah, he'd still playing. Yeah.
You go, oh, let's just get this. I'll play next week.
Yeah, because, you know, he played with people like, you know, Brett Favre, who were like going
he
down.
He'd take a shot to the head, and he'd get up and play the next snap.
Yeah, I mean, Brett Favre
He's tough.
Brett Favre is tough as probably you'll ever come by in the NFL, with the fact that, you know, the emotional weight that was on him in the Raiders game, back in, I don't know the year, but I still remember staying up one Monday night and watching that game, because my dad's like, this is going to be something special. You're going to want to watch this, because, you know, you could just tell from Favre that everyone was just like coming over and just like making sure he's okay, but everyone was just like, all the wide receivers just gave him that nod at the line of scrimmage, like, throw it up there, we got this. Like, you're just like, and
he was that guy you didn't want to let down. When he throws it to you, you know you gotta catch it.
Well, either you're gonna catch it or you're gonna break a couple fingers. So either way, you should have caught it.
Yeah, that's true. You're still getting the hands.
Yeah.
You're a professional. You get it in the hands, you catch the damn ball. So.
Yeah. Unlike the Philadelphia Eagles right now, which was disgusting.
Like 14, 15 drops now this year. And yet Wentz still has really good numbers despite that.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback. You know, he's very good, but
he's very hard to tackle. Like there are plays where he ducks out of a 250, 300-pound man coming at him. Yep. Ducks, the guy goes right over him, he steps up and throws for 10, 15 yards.
Yeah.
He is slippery.
Yeah, oops. Oh, you motherfuckers. Not the people on the fucking radio right now, but yeah, the people on YouTube didn't see any of that, but whatever. I don't fuck her. But anyway, yeah, you know, NFL has been, gee, thanks. But yeah, it's been.
The NFL's a roller coaster.
Been very roller coastery.
Now the challenges for pass interference.
So let's take a look at the undefeated teams right now.
There's 2 left.
There is 2 undefeated teams left right now in the NFL.
Patriots, who we kind of expected.
And the fucking 49ers.
Where did they come from?
Well, because they... Alright, so, big thing when you play Pittsburgh. You know what you want to do, if you want to do what I always want to do when I play Pat in Madden. I want to break Ben Roethlisberger's heart. Like, I want to be like, you know what, you're dead. You're dead. Your heart stopped beating. Like, we all seen that glitch in Madden where you're just like, all right, heart stopped beating. Like, you're like, what the hell? Back in like 05. You know, you had those, and you're like, what? Questionable? How is he questionable?
His heart stopped.
But the guy who had a bruised ankle,
injuries in the current Madden games, to Rob.
The one guy, the one guy.
What?
The one guy who had I think the one time he banged out Brett Favre. So I had the backup in, and the backup bruised his knee out for the game. I'm like, how's he out for the game? He bruised the knee. Like legit.
Play through that.
Not, but apparently in like 03, 04 Madden, so you're like, no, he's gone.
Well, quarterbacks nowadays are much tougher than they were then.
I guess
they take heavier hits.
But yeah, basically what they did in that game to beat the Steelers, which was the only team that had any threat to beat them this year, was the Pittsburgh Steelers with Big Ben Roethlisberger, and they screwed Big Ben because the hand on the helmet, and ultimately was out of the game with the elbow injury.
Yep.
But
That is killer to the Steelers. And not only that, last week Mason Rudolph went out with that injury too. And
it was just hit.
It didn't look good. All the players came out and were around him offering support. When that happens, it's a serious injury.
Yeah, and then they
kind of feel bad for him though. He was playing pretty well.
Yeah, he torched the fucking Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, it's not impressive because the Cincinnati Bengals. You're basically playing Cherry Hill East at this point. You're not.
Surprisingly, they actually have a win this year.
Which I'm not actually surprised with.
I don't think they had a win at all last year.
Oh, really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh.
They were losing by double digits.
Wow.
It was bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, they do have a new coach.
True. And actually, one of our classmates from our graduating class is coaching.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler Traub.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's someone else too. I don't remember the name though. There's a couple guys from our graduating class that are
coaching at East.
Yeah, actually kind of interesting to kind of see these guys who played for the team while we were in high school. Now that we're out of college, they decided to coach.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of also the same person that decided to, hey, you know what? I have a big butt. I'm gonna decide to go strip for a living because that's what I had on Instagram this morning. I'm
geez.
Well, she decided to strip. I'm like, well, alrighty then.
Gotta be careful what you post.
Yeah, I was like,
Cherry Hill District's always watching. Although they did have a hack recently.
What, Cherry Hill?
Oh yeah, big one.
Oh,
all services were down.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bad. Hell, all the emails were down and everything. Emails were down. Couldn't log into anything. Yeah. It was bad.
That's really bad. Yeah.
It's been down for like a week. They just got them back up.
Yeah. Yeah, for Cherry Hill East, that's very, very bad. But also too, we can also go into the discussion of how basically our class was like the last big class to go through Cherry Hill Township.
Oh yeah.
Because of the fact that like ever since every school we graduated from. Basically, that school went downhill real fucking fast.
Oh yeah.
Especially that was like the worst, where they had 3 bomb threats. A car drive through the school.
I remember hearing about that. My sister Adina was there.
Because I was like, oh my god. Because I was just hoping that any of your siblings, because you had at that point you had Adina.
Yep.
And
she was there at the time, and
was Zach was a freshman, I think, right?
Zach there was the one year where we were back with Zach. That was when we were in 8th grade. And he spent 2 years. I don't think there was a whole lot that happened in those 2 years. But when Adina came in, there was a car, and then was the bomb threats. It's like, come on. Do these kids not have anything better to do?
I know, right? That was basically our childhood.
When we were in middle school, video games.
Yeah, video games. Let's walk over
Watching
the pads.
TV.
That's
all we did.
That's all we did.
Now
video games, walk over the pads. We walk over to play flag football on the in the spring.
Yep.
Starts in.
And now it's bomb threats and other all crazy stuff that goes on now.
Oh yeah. People just they take everything for. Wherever they have in Cherry Hill School District, they just take everything for granted at that point.
Yep.
You're just like, whatever. You shake it off and you move on. But you're just lucky and go to like
it's just a trend.
the Collingswood high schools and stuff like that. Because my friends told stories too at work, stuff like that. They went to Collingswood and stuff like that, and they're like, Collingswood is like completely different from that. You gotta like band together because you're gonna. If you don't, you're gonna get beaten up by someone.
Yep.
Like, well,
that makes sense.
Well, yeah, but in Cherry Hill East, you got that elitism where you got the people that just like pick.
You got different cliques.
Yeah, you got the people that just tell you what you like. Basically, what they're just. I don't know how to say it. They just kind of like want to tell you. They want to talk you down from a fight, like the pussies like Minch and all that. Shout out to that guy. I don't know if he's still alive, but
who knows? Didn't help in middle school though, for sure.
Oh no, yeah, I beat him up twice, 3 times,
Something like that.
I think I beat him up every grade. That guy was a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just not. Yeah. One of those people that just was like, inappropriate touching at all the wrong moments. Just like, I want to punch you. Guess what? I already did. So.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, 6th grade, up against the wall, just punching him, just throwing down. Dude was a bitch. Alright, well, since we got that background off our chat right now, alright, well, we can go into, let's go into some video game stuff here. Well, we were talking earlier about the, Spider-Man games and all that, but, let's go into some Batman, because that's something that me and you both really, really grew up on. I know you were a big fan of the Batman Arkham Saga.
I really those games.
Yeah, those games were probably some of the best games you'll ever play as the Cape Crusader that are out right now. I think the last good one, because we were talking about the last good game to come out of each saga of Spider-Man and Batman. But I think the last good one of Batman was actually the I think it was Xbox, the original Xbox, and it had Batman Begins.
Wow.
That's dating it back.
That took a while before the Arkham games came out.
That was like way back before, and that was pixel per pixel, like snapshot in the movie. But on the PlayStation 2, I think, 2, Xbox One, so it's probably PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 was the
early home consoles. Right now.
Yeah, those Arkham games were just next level. Don't fuck with us kind of games. Especially our Arkham Asylum just took the ground and just ran with it.
Yeah, it was groundbreaking. It was that game was just so dark and so gritty that you really had to work for just the various collectibles, but to just proceed through the story.
Yeah.
And you encountering different villains and going into different buildings of the asylum kind of brought home how demented some of these characters truly are, like the Joker.
Yeah. Especially, I think, what was it? Who was definitely. You know why I saw that? Alright, let me set the ground. Last night I was laying in bed. I was basically like one of these times where I just couldn't sleep at night because I was just like, whatever. I'll go on my tablet and I'll look something up. I look up on Facebook timeline. Well, I'm on all the video game little things, snippets. They show you trailers of what it was. But the one time I was on the video game one late at night was one of the greatest hits of the Scarecrow Nightmares.
Oh boy.
From the Arkham series.
Oh boy,
how
those were
fucking
disturbing.
Devastating were they? Especially
the first one that I ever did.
I was like,
scared the crap out of me.
Oh yeah, the first one was Arkham Asylum.
What I was supposed to do. Then when you see him just kind of show up.
Yeah.
Out of the sides, like what the fuck.
But it was also with the fact of you always got to point out the seminal parts of these games, especially the first one, his dad and his mom, they all have their say, and then it was it's the opposite of what actually has been said, and then you have him, and you're just like, oh shit, and then everything just breaks apart. You're into this another chaotic moment. That ironically is not the Joker at this point, and just says a lot about the character of the Scarecrow.
And I like that through the series, Arkham Asylum, City, Night, they kept with those nightmarish pieces when you're encountering the Scarecrow. Arkham City, they just made it bigger, and then Arkham Knight, they went to a whole other level with those.
Oh yeah. Arkham Knight was
I like being able to go
iconic
throughout
game.
Gotham.
It was an iconic game, Arkham Knight. It set everything. It just took everything from both series. It took the darkness from Asylum, and then it took the open world of City, which everyone loved. I mean, I definitely loved, and I know you loved too.
Oh yeah.
Like, we all played that kind of concept in our video games. You just.
I was that idiot that went around finding everything, including all the Riddler stuff.
Oh yeah, that you're disgusting. I absolutely hate this kid because of the fact that he actually did that. He actually went around.
I did it once in Arkham Asylum, and then I figured, all right, I did it in a previous. Might as well do it in the next one.
Yeah, and he did in the City, which is disgusting because
I did it in Night as well.
Oh fuck!
It took me a while. I stopped and started again, but I did it.
Yeah, you just gotta be able to take the cool from the bad at this point with this kid. Arkham Knight was just like one of those games because I'm not gonna lie, I did do the only time I did all the Joker challenges was in Arkham. It was in Arkham City, and then I did it again in Night because because I played it so much, I just fell into, oh hey, here's another one. Let me just
let's go do it.
Figure this out, or I YouTubed it and then figured it out.
But then, let's go do it and keep going. Oh, look, there's another one.
Although, in what was it? That was Arkham Knight, where what was the bat thing would like tear you out of the sky at a random notice.
Oh, the Man-Bat.
Yeah.
He was after a certain point he was flying around, and if you encounter him flying around in the air, you can tackle him. That's the next part of the sequence. But you have to start the mission by visiting the lab first.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that, but I also hated that because I would just get grabbed out of the sky for no reason. I'm like, what the fuck?
He was just flying around. You're not careful, you're gonna find him.
But then, like, I don't know if you were the same way, but like once you got to like a certain point in the game, I would just fly around, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I see him. He's like right below me. I'm gonna tackle this motherfucker. I'm gonna get this shit done. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Because
I think the one that I found the most annoying was Firefly, because when you're driving around, you're chasing him. You gotta follow him around and then attach the winch to him.
Yeah.
And then continue to fly to drive to make sure that it doesn't come down, so that you can pull him down and get a hit on him.
Yeah,
I had such problems with one of them with I forget which island it was of the trio, but there was one that I just kept struggling with right at the end, where if I finished it, that was it. I would have captured him, but for whatever reason, I either lost him because he would make a turn and I couldn't make that turn fast enough, or I would get him and then he would break the line and zip away.
Yeah, it's true. That was insane. That actually, the villains in Arkham Knight, they chose them very well.
They had a lot of them, which I like.
Yeah.
They were gonna bring everything together.
Arkham City was really, really cool though. With you got Freeze and all them, and Freeze and company.
Strange was in there too.
Strange was in there, and ultimately killed Strange at the end. Wasn't that the end?
Does he die? I didn't think Strange died. You beat him.
Strange didn't die?
I didn't think so. I'll have to look back on that.
I haven't played that in such a long time. I thought it was. I thought he died, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure right now. But I think
I know there was a lot of explosions.
Yeah, there was a lot of explosions, and
but I don't remember if he died or not.
Yeah, but
I stopped playing that game when Arkham Origins came out. Warner Brothers.
Yeah, well, man. The debacle that was Arkham Origins. Oof. Jesus Christ. What were they smoking to make that game? I just want to know.
They wanted to continue it. You gotta make money.
Yeah, I know you gotta make money, but you gotta make a quality game too. That's
Rocksteady wanted a break, and they knew that the Arkham series was a gold mine. They were making a lot of money from it, and they wanted to continue it.
Yeah.
Fans were hoping for another one, so they did Origins, which was a step back from Asylum. Story-wise, it was a prequel, but it was laid with bugs and glitches at launch.
Yeah, dude, like, don't you just love how, like, when they make a prequel, that they just are like, all right, here's a bunch of advanced weapons that you didn't have in the first game. Why would you give me all of this fucking shit when I couldn't even, pull the hair out of a kitty cat on Asylum? Like, I mean, come on, people. Like, we're not doing these.
It's true.
We're not doing what that was the game of the electromagnetic stuff, and
Oh yeah.
you're like, what the fuck?
I think they were
That
trying to
could've
go
came in
with
handy.
They wanted to. That game was supposed to be. This is what This is Batman. They
Yeah.
were trying to establish him as the hero, which is why the police were against him in that game too, because they thought he was just a vigilante taking matters into his own hands. But at the end, obviously, he's trying to help. But that's why he had some of the more advanced stuff. He had easier access to the cave.
Yeah.
And Alfred was able to send him more stuff when he was trapped on Asylum. He couldn't radio out. He couldn't radio. No one could radio in. He had whatever he had on him, which was basic stuff. And he made whatever he could with what was laying around.
For sure, yeah. You got, that game. I mean, you played more Origins though, dude. I mean, I didn't even beat the campaign on Origins. It was just so terrible.
I beat it.
Just
It leads you right into Asylum though. The ending goes. Now you can go right into Asylum and you're not going to miss a thing.
Yeah. Which
Mark Hamill was missed in that game. Mark Hamill did not voice Joker in that one. It was the one game he didn't do it. Oh, the guy that did have
so many
voice, the guy that did voice Joker was pretty close to Mark Hamill's version though. He emulated that voice.
He did
rather well.
And he kind of got, I think, if I'm remembering this right, he got some hate mail because of that. Because he tried to, they said he tried to compete, but I think he was trying to make.
He was trying to more trying to emulate.
And emulate what.
Because if you try to compete, you're making a new version of the Joker that doesn't fit with everything else. Because Mark Hamill did come back and do it again for Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to. Hamill didn't want to do it, but they needed somebody to be Joker because they got to establish him too as an insane psychopath.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they wanted to have somebody who could be close to what Mark Hamill was, so that they can go, well, Origins is a prequel to Asylum, and when you get to Asylum, he's been driven even further insane. So that's why you have that real slight change in vocal pattern, speech.
Oh, yeah. The thing with the Joker, like, I mean, in Arkham City, he just had those points where you're just like, all right, well, this is insane. You had those legitimate points where he was just like, all right, this guy's actually
at this point he doesn't care.
Insane.
He just wants to watch the world
burn. Yeah, and Mark Hamill really did pay a lot of attention to the Joker that was in that series.
He did.
Which at the time was actually a relevant piece in the Batman sagas and and all that. So you just kind of
Hamill was still able to make the character his own, like he did in the animated series.
Yeah. Which is why you watch those animated series and but the very I guess complained about Killing Joke was the most complained movie out of the recent ones, but that was just because they kind of messed up the one character, which is Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl.
Well, they wanted to follow comics. They missed a little.
But yeah, they implied that they had sex, but the comics did imply that they had sex, but I mean they just didn't come out and say it like the movie did.
That's true.
I guess they were just trying to keep it, real, but I mean, to be honest, everyone.
If you're gonna follow comics that closely, you may as well just outright say it.
And you never saw The Killing Joke, right?
No, I never did.
That's when you thought Mark Hamill went insane during the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games. No, he did not. He did not. He went further. He took it above and beyond of what was expected of him in those movies. Basically, what happened was, at one point, he just makes this like Batman comes to rescue Barbara Gordon, but he tortured. I don't know. I don't think it was. Yeah, it was Batman actually. He somehow captures Batman, puts him into a roller coaster type ride, and just
that seems about normal for Joker.
visually tortures him.
Oof.
To, saying this happened, this happened, this happened. This is what I did, and then at the end it's like, this is what I did to Barbara. And basically what was the other part of Barbara's story was the reason she was paralyzed was that she was being raped by Joker and put in the wheelchair. That's how she was put into the wheelchair. But not many people were really happy with that kind of ending. Because all Batman and Joker did at the end of The Killing Joke was just shake hands and left.
So that's anticlimactic.
It's very. It was very.
He set up a whole Batman versus Joker, and then
and he just tortured Batman to the point of where he was just like, I just don't want any part of you right now.
I mean, I could certainly see that. I mean, Joker is completely insane.
I mean that's where your kind of stuff comes in, where people just don't like that. I mean, I get that, but I mean that's why people are some people are like, oh yeah, I hate the new Joker movie, but Joaquin Phoenix did just took that bad.
Every
shit,
actor makes the role his own. And that's what's so unique about the role of Joker in film and in TV.
And in game.
No two actors are going to play this character the same.
No.
Other characters, you could see how it would be actors who would play similar. Batman could be one character. Commissioner Gordon, that person the guy who wants justice and believes in the law and all that.
Yeah.
There's similarities between two different people that would play it, but a role like the Joker, you could look at 3-4 different versions. You can look at Heath Ledger's, Jared Leto, Joaquin Phoenix, and even Jack Nicholson. Going back a little bit,
yeah.
Each version is completely different because the actor made it his own, and that's what's interesting to watch, even in a Joker solo film.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I don't know the guy who played the original Joker in the
that series with Adam West.
Yeah, with Adam West. I forget.
I don't remember his name.
But he was so great. I mean, he was great to the.
And that was another version, a different version.
To the point of
everyone else.
Comedy, he was like,
the comedian.
I got you, Batman. You're not going to escape this. And that had the power symbols and all. That's back then. But I mean, still, you can still, to a point, you saw him. He's comedy.
Right.
He was the comedic Joker. Jack Nicholson. Over the years, the Joker just got more and more serious, which led up to your Heath Ledger. Let me lock myself in a hotel room for about, what was it, 9 months, something like that.
Something like that.
It was almost a year of him just being isolated by himself, writing down everything, doing his own makeup, doing his laugh, practicing his laugh. Because even Joaquin Phoenix even said that he invited the guy, the director of the movie, over because he said, I'm gonna have to do this laugh in front of someone. I need you to be able to be on board with me with this laugh, and just practice it in front of him.
Just keep doing it. Yeah.
But that's how Heath Ledger got his laugh, and I mean, how diabolical, how dynamic was that laugh on screen? Because I know you went to the theaters to see that.
That was wow. And when he went off laughing, it was deathly silent in the theater.
Yeah.
Everyone was just watching, almost terrified because of the way he was laughing. And that's just that version of the Joker was just a psychotic, completely insane.
Yeah.
Don't care about anything, just want to watch insanity and chaos, and it was crazy.
You gotta give it up for Christopher Nolan for directing such a film because of the fact that he put the supporting cast in pieces in the first movie, and I'll tell you, Michael Caine delivered on that one.
Oh yeah.
For being Alfred, and just was
he was fantastic.
He was like maybe Mr. Wayne, this is someone you don't fully understand. You know, we went to the what was it, Africa, and we were trying to capture a diamond thief, and it was actually just leaving the diamonds behind.
For the poor, yeah.
For poor. So why steal them? Well, because Mr. Wayne, some people just want to watch the world burn, and you know what? That's so big, and and you're just like, wow, holy shit, that's
exactly what they were going
for.
In the Dark Knight.
You're like, that's what the Joker is, and when they didn't release any comic or book until after the movie came out for
they wanted
Heath Ledger.
They wanted his version to stand alone. They didn't want to put anything that could possibly
because everyone's Joker, Jack Nicholson's Joker had the comic was bam right there. Everyone's Joker right there. But with Heath Ledger, they took their time because they wanted his. That was
they couldn't follow up on it
because I 100% because they had a book done ready to be submitted, and they were just like,
then his performance,
and
then he died,
and we can't do it because nothing he gave us in writing was what he said on film, because most of that was 90% improv. He just did it on the fly. Because of the fact that, even Christian Bale, even Christian Bale said, him and Heath Ledger, Heath Ledger, him and Tom Hardy all, would fight each other for I think he said a 10-minute fight scene would last 30 minutes or something like that. Wow. Because they would get so intense. Christian Bale's a very angry person too, by the way. But the trick. Heath Ledger's just so into the role. He went on roles, and so does Joaquin Phoenix, and that's why
this role for Heath Ledger, this role ended up killing him.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's why actors now are actually suitably terrified of this role. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix came out and said that when he was offered the role, he was scared to take it, but he took it anyway.
He wanted to do it.
But he had a suitable fear of what it could do to him.
He just didn't. He wanted to go all in, which is fine with a role, which he did with his body. He didn't do it with the mental state and stuff like what Heath Ledger went through. Because Heath Ledger actually scared himself. Did you ever read the Heath Ledger journal, whatever, leading up to the Joker?
No, I didn't read the journal, but I had heard a lot of things from various people about it.
Surrounding the journal.
Yeah.
Basically, the journal stated that he was at one point petrified of himself. He scared himself in the role, which is when he turned to, after he was done with the role, turned to sleeping aids, and then he mixed the sleeping aids with alcohol, which eventually led to his death because he slowed his heartbeat down enough that he wouldn't wake up.
Right.
That is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's to scare yourself into like even that led onto him. Like, but I mean, by the end of the journal, he was just like so into the role. So like you're just like.
By the time he was done his journal, done that journal,
he was done with the
production. He was the Joker. Yeah, I mean, there was no other way to describe it. He in touch with himself.
Yeah.
And he became a real life Joker.
Yeah.
Which will terrify anybody.
He was just
even in the comics, the guy was completely insane, and to become
that
the Joker in real life is even scarier.
Yeah.
But it proves that anybody could become that, and that it's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Disturbing.
So, you can't. It's not so. It's just so. See him put that much into a role because not many. I was about to say not many actors will ever put anything into that role.
Go as far as that.
As far as that, not even close. Like you can say. Joaquin Phoenix went probably, half body deep, but like the guy that like did it back in the, back when Adam West was doing it, he dipped a pinky in there, but it wasn't like anything like.
Actors will go as far as they feel comfortable.
Yeah, and that guy, I mean, he went to uncomfortable levels to be able to deliver a performance of a lifetime.
And he won the Oscar for that performance, and he absolutely deserved it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that was insane. But yeah, Arkham. What was it? We were on Arkham Knight. So
apparently, there's rumors that Warner Brothers is trying to get another Batman game out.
Yeah.
Most likely, it won't be an Arkham game because of how Arkham Knight ended.
Yeah.
But it'd be kind of cool to see what they decide to do because
if they set up a new.
They have to.
Saga. Yeah.
Well, I don't even know how would they establish a new saga. I mean, what would you use that with?
Well, no. I mean, you could just set up an alternate universe or whatever.
So basically, start Batman all over again.
Start fresh, but I don't know if you would use the same. You just wouldn't.
The only problem is you so well with Batman. Do you really want to do Batman again?
Yeah,
because you can take Arkham Knight and follow it up with a Nightwing game because Nightwing did promise Batman that he would watch over Gotham as well as the other city that he was watching over. So you could do a game where you're including both cities into it, which actually could be kind of fun because you had some iconic villains and some new ones.
Yeah, would you? Guess. What would you include the Red Hood at that point, right? Would you?
I think you could
because like that was like a Nightwing villain.
Well, yeah, the Arkham Knight became the Red Hood if you played the DLC, and then he was kind of running around. You could have him show up, and you could have the Riddler maybe pop in. You could have Catwoman, Penguin. He's always around. Two-Face, Scarecrow. They could show up, but then you could have original villains for.
Was really depicted very well in that game.
Yeah,
I like the freaking demon.
Oh yeah,
from hell. Like, I was just like, every time I faced him, I was like, well, that took 2 seconds because it's Two-Face.
Yep.
He's not gonna fight yet.
In a snap, he'll go from passive to just aggressive and angry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because what was it? The one game. What was that? No, that was City. Where you just think you actually take him out as Catwoman in that one.
Yeah.
And you come down, you pounce on him, and then you take all of his men. But while you're taking out his men, he wakes up, starts shooting everyone. So if you're smart like I did, I just hit underneath him and just banked all the way back up and just took him down.
Right.
Did it down. But you just gotta, that one was so violent. I loved every second of that takedown.
Yeah, that was a fun sequence to play.
Yeah.
I liked playing as Catwoman in Arkham City. Because that was fun. It was a unique play style.
Yeah.
And different gadgets and the goggles that you can use and everything. They did a really good job of not only incorporating Catwoman, but being it with the abilities that she has and how it's different from how you play as Batman, and even the riddles and trophies and stuff that
The Riddler.
you have to get.
Yeah.
There are certain ones you had to get as Catwoman.
Yeah.
And the one thing I did like was if you find one, if you're playing as Batman and you find one for Catwoman, if you try to pick it up, it zaps you, and then Riddler will go, not for you, but then you could actually tag it on the map, and when you go to switch to Catwoman, because they have those various points all over the map, which I like because that allowed for a seamless transition.
Yeah.
You already have it tagged on the map. You can just wander right over to where it is and collect it.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Yeah. Arkham Knight was just, or Arkham series was just very
Very well
dynamic.
done. Very well put together.
Yeah. Probably one of the best games coming out. Best game sagas come out. In
I think it's one of the top superhero video game
ones,
sagas that
to be
ever done as a video game.
Yeah. At least highest grossing at this point, probably.
Yeah. Because I don't think there's been a superhero game that spanned as many years and as many games as Arkham has, even though it was only 3 or 4 games.
Definitely
depending on
not.
if you count Origins.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you go into a lot of other video games. Like, you know, we'll all go into different video games. We all go into the high. We're all talking about, if you're all talking about highest grossing video games out there, video game sagas at least at this point, it would be Gears of War. Gears of War has been one of the best sagas to continually follow, especially with the campaign. We'll keep with the campaign kind of theme right now with the Arkham series. You got,
and in every campaign, there's new innovations too.
Yeah.
Gears 5 has the open world stuff, which had never been done before.
Yeah.
And you can play as Jack for the first time.
Yeah. Which I didn't mind.
I didn't get a chance
mind
to play as Jack.
Actually, did you follow Pat on when I was talking about our friend Epipanda? I think it's Epipanda99 on Twitch. Yeah, follow him. He's a fantastic Twitch player. He actually put himself into a position now where he's getting subscriptions monthly.
Wow.
Good
for him.
I've actually been following him a lot on Twitch right now, and it's been great news. To be honest, I talked to him about being on the podcast and stuff like that. You know, help him and stuff like that. But he was just like, I really don't want. Like
he likes to do a lot of things on his own.
He's very busy. He's very busy now with things, especially with like on. Not on Thursday nights. Well, especially on Thursday nights because of the fact that he's got school. He's got school 2 days a week. And you're just like, wow.
Streaming.
Yeah.
That's all of his time.
That's all your time. Like,
yeah.
That's basically it, you know? Yeah, he's been 100% on on Gears right now. And
I've seen him on a couple of times.
One time I saw him was when he's like, hey, watch me do your spot. I actually fell asleep because I'm a drunk asshole. But that's a different story. I come back on. I'm like, oh crap. They just started the campaign, and then their guy that plays as Jack wasn't used to playing as Jack, and they
Jack is a very weird character to play as.
Yeah, and they lost him a couple times.
Oh jeez.
And the second time they did Gears, and I was like, he linked the title very well. The first one was just like, let's not forget about what like Dom sacrificed or whatever. You see how it actually hit Pat harder than it. But,
Pat really did like Dom.
Oh yeah, he did.
And he was a great character.
Oh yeah.
And I think that his death really impacted the Gears community as a whole. Nobody saw it coming.
No.
Carmine, the two Carmines, we saw it coming. Yeah. Even the Carmine in this one, Gary Carmine from 4 somehow survived for a while.
Yeah.
But the new Carmine from 5,
yeah.
I had a feeling something was going to happen to her.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, I had been in the room. I just turned to him and I go, there goes another Carmine.
That was insane. Like you You got different.
That family has terrible luck.
You got,
And somehow Clayton
I
still
love.
alive.
I don't think anyone loved the Phoenix family at any point of this saga. Like there's no when they were like I'm surprised that they got some blowback from the switch to Kate, but not nearly
Honestly,
as much.
I
love
playing
the
as Kate.
switch.
She's got such an interesting story that's
Yeah.
going to continue into the next one, and we still don't. There's still a lot of questions that have been left open.
But and then you still got Marcus, a big part of the game. Hey,
He's always going to be a big part.
You know,
the coalition came out and said that Baird, Cole, and Marcus, they're pretty much untouchable.
Yeah.
At this point, they're not gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, Foz could end up dead. Another character could end up dead. Hell, Jin. But
Sure.
they said they're not gonna touch. They're not gonna let Marcus, Baird, or Cole get killed. Especially now that Dom was gone.
Okay.
If Dom was still alive, then one of them could be sacrificed for that emotional investment into the story. But now there's only 3 members of that team left because Anya also died.
Yeah.
We don't even know how.
Yeah.
All we know is she's gone.
Yeah.
So with Anya gone, Dom gone, they're not going to touch the other 3 because they're the last remaining members of Delta Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some great people, great characters, great build up.
The only thing I didn't like from the story was that choice at the end.
Yeah.
I felt that it was almost like a cop-out.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they had 2 different story endings for it, but I would have loved and I would have preferred not to have the choice.
Yeah.
And just let it be a cutscene and deal with the blowback later. Because when it comes time for Gears 6, what are they going to do? 2 different stories based on who you picked?
Yeah.
Or are they just going to go, well, this character's death is canon, so we're just going to go with that.
It's true.
And if there is one character's death that's canon, whose is it? What was the choice?
It was Dom's. It was always. What in
5?
5? Yeah.
Dom was going to die anyway. There was no choice on that. No, but the choice.
No, Dom had a choice.
Yeah, but you didn't have a choice though.
No.
He had a choice. He made
I understand
choice.
where you're going with this. Is that you actually had the choice of
who you were going to save and who you weren't. And the end of 5, the interactions between the characters was different depending on who you picked to save.
Yeah.
So of those 2, whose death was canon, which they'll move forward with, and whose wasn't.
Yeah.
Just to satisfy
Sure.
other people who maybe preferred one character to live over the other.
Yeah, it's very true. You got.
Because on one hand,
Here's 5.
on one hand,
Hold on a second. I gotta
Dell.
go back real fast. Oh.
What am I doing?
Just talk. Talk about it's still there.
On one hand, Dell's death was impactful for Kate because he's been with her the entire time and he owns support for her. Whereas JD, it seems more of an emotional attachment, even though he betrayed her, came back, was back and forth. So who knows at this point what the canon will be? I'm curious what will come of that. Though it feels that JD may have been the canon to not say, just based on the way Foz, Marcus, Baird, and Cole reacted. It seems like they took more time in developing the reaction, the story, what they were saying. Their interactions seem to impact the story and others more so than anyone else. But we'll have to wait till Gears 6, whenever that'll be, and for whatever console that'll be, for us to get that final answer.
Oh, right. Screw small
See, you've
bladders.
decided to return.
Oh. Oh yeah, you can make jokes. I'm fucking kidding. It's my podcast. I don't. Why would I care? But yeah. Did you I know me and you have just talked about the ending off screen. My fucking laptop was being a dick.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still being a dick to people on YouTube. But who cares at this point? But. Yeah, I mean, I care about my viewers, but I mean, like, at this point, I have no clue what's going on at this point.
Maybe you need a new laptop. How old is it?
Let me see.
How long have you had it? Let's put it that way.
Still got XTU, or the Cat Country 103, 107.3 on my thing.
Jeez.
That's
that was
like
a while ago.
That's probably like freshman year of high school.
Wow, I'm surprised you haven't gotten a new laptop yet.
I want to. I don't know where to get it. I don't
Best Buy,
know.
I usually just go to Best Buy just to look at the models they have before kind of figuring out what specs I want, hard drive size and that kind of stuff. And then I look around on like Amazon, Target, and some of the other places that'll sell them.
Well, yeah, because I know I was going to do it the one night with, I think it was me, you, and Rob. We were out at Best Buy. I wanted to do the $500 one, but
right.
I'm like, at this point, I'm gonna wait until Black Friday and see what I can get.
And then nothing happened.
And then I'll probably still have this laptop at this point. Probably. I don't know. No, probably not with this. With it being the podcast being on here and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, but couldn't you just migrate the programs and stuff over to a new one?
What, to a new laptop?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's what I'm gonna do. Basically, I just want everything. I just want it to be, terabyte hard drive, and I just want the specs to be able to back up what I need and stuff like that. I mean, I don't need that terabyte.
You're not gonna find any laptops with more than 8 gigabytes of RAM. You're gonna have to adjust that yourself.
Well, no, it's the hard drives now, and the one. Remember the one I was looking at Best Buy? We had it was terabyte hard drive.
Right, I'm talking about the RAM.
There's not. I don't care about the RAM. I mean,
I had to replace the RAM on my laptop because
it's probably one of the problems with this laptop is that it doesn't have that much RAM.
It's probably about 8 gigabytes, which is standard.
This was it was about what is that, freshman year? So what?
8 is still standard.
8 years ago.
And yet, even now, 8 gigabytes is still standard.
Yeah.
I replaced my 8 gigabytes with 16, and it runs incredibly fast. It's running faster than I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
My only issue is iTunes, but that may be a developer issue, not a Windows issue. Still looking into that.
Yeah, the developer issues with stuff has been.
It's a pain.
That's one. Don't do Spotify on any laptop. Look it up on your browser and do it that way. Don't download the app. Don't do the Windows app. It fuck your laptop, because like that's what was me up before. Because I would press for the podcast app, and instead of it opening up the podcast app, it opened up Spotify. I was like, go home, Spotify. You're drunk. No, I don't want you.
Yeah, I don't use the Windows apps. Although with Windows 10 now they're kind of pushing everything, even programs like iTunes and stuff like in Office. It's all being pushed from the Microsoft Store.
Yeah.
And being treated as an app, but the updates still come from like the Apple update program that gets installed with it.
Yeah. Apple is going to be my next venture after Spotify's going to be my next venture for the podcast, and then after that would probably be Apple.
Apple
because
Music?
it's Apple Podcast. I think it's Apple Music. I think it might be.
Putting it on the iTunes store.
On the iTunes store for podcasts. Yeah. But then I would actually
I would
have to invest in a camera and probably that.
Well, not for podcasts on Apple. You just do
vocal
like you've been doing.
Vocal, yeah, sure, yeah.
You just keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Go on and Figures reach a lot of people.
Yeah, YouTubers have been pretty chill about everything. I mean, I've been doing it mainly just the post video game, like, video game rants.
Oh, those are always fun.
So, actually, one of the first people that commented on YouTube was like this weird company. Like, shout out to that company, whoever you are. I don't know who you are, but definitely you guys rock. For the fact that you were like the first ones to like be like, dude, you're doing a great job. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, okay.
Well, I don't need any more. I don't need anyone else to comment. I got
the last time they heard me on YouTube was, fuck you, you piece of shit, fucking sniper, you fucking. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna fuck your mom. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that's probably not the best episode for you guys to listen to, but yeah, you know what? That happened. Whatever.
And yet they still commented.
Yeah, still they commented. So,
yeah,
that's great.
Gotta get your brand noticed somehow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, drunkenly doing podcasts have probably been my forte, with the fact of just doing it on the occasion. Like I was doing it. Because I was blown out, like, I would come home from work, from being a chef, and, you just come home, you put your, bag down, you get a shower, you come down, you play video games, fuck, I gotta stream tonight, and then you're like, wait a second, I don't have to stream, I can just podcast instead. Let me get drunk and do a podcast. You're like, no, I got stream.
Yeah, but at least
and then you come onto the podcast and you're like all fired up. You're like, all right, listen, you motherfuckers. Whoever dropped down my fucking match, you're not cool, man. I don't care if you want the M-bar. That giant dick of yours is not going to grow out. You can't just put water on it and expect it to grow. Like, I listen to, I always listen to podcasts after I do them. I'm like, that was a little far. All right, I'm probably
Let's try not to do it next time.
Let's try. Let's be smart. Let's use our brain next time. And next time this evil thing called Tito's comes by and you're like, well, shit, I'm back to where I started. But
no progress made.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of progress made between those ones and the ones I have now, and you have ones now where I'm more. I don't have my drink until I on live with the people that I speak with.
That can make a world of difference.
And it does, actually. I'm a lot more calmer when I'm not drunk. Because when I'm drunk, I get very hyper and I get excited over little things. Yeah. Because I drunkenly podcasted after me, you, and Rob hung out one time. And I cursed you guys out one night. I was like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck them, this, fuck that. Fucking retard. Fucking person goes across the map. What the fuck are you doing over there, Josh? I'm like, oh shit.
Hey, no, that wasn't me. That was Rob.
No, it was both of you at that point.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah. No, it was both of you. I was just an engineer, and I had
yeah, I remember that.
I went across. I was actually pretty happy. I went across half the map with a repair tool that night. So
yeah.
It was like wave one. It was like wave one on like 31, whatever. I was just repair tooling people. I was just like,
yeah.
I'm an engineer. What do you fucking think I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I was just running in circles because I think I was a soldier, so I had that increased damage and everything.
Yeah,
so I was able to run around and be a little stupid.
I think Rob was a scout. I think that was why we had the problems.
Yeah, because Rob was collecting all the power because he got the bonus for collecting them in the same wave it's dropped.
Yeah.
And I was kind of staying down low, kind of in the middle of everything, because I had the increased damage.
Yeah, it's so much better when me and you were just like the people that have the damage because we're just
Yep.
10 times better. Well, I'm probably only 2 times better than you right now, probably, in New Year's.
You just gotta get used to it.
I haven't been playing it a whole
lot. A lot
lot,
of the mechanics, though, are very similar to Gears 2 Horde. Because the whole fabricator thing, when you walk up to it, it doesn't automatically deposit your stuff anymore. And you don't have to... You actually can get away with building any fortification. I did that with the first match that I completed of Horde. We went almost waves without building a thing. Before the engineer decided, alright, I'm building stuff, and just started building everything.
Yeah.
And one of the other nice things is
you actually save money that way too.
It's true.
You don't have to pay the those little there's not a fee, but I mean like there is.
You have to if your fortification gets destroyed, you do have to pay to bring it back. But you bring something in, and this is something new for Gears 5. There's no fabricator levels. Gears 4 you had level 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
And depending on the level, that you could upgrade to that, and you had to spend in order to level up. That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
In this new version of Horde, if you have the money, you can upgrade it.
Yeah.
But when you bring something in, when you first build it, it's automatically a level 1. Doesn't matter what wave number you're at. Doesn't matter what level your character is at, or even your personal level. And it happened with me when I had to replace a sentry gun, or when I was putting a new one out in one of the Horde matches in the Horde match that I completed as an engineer. It was wave 41, and I brought another sentry out. It was level 1. I had to upgrade it twice to get it to level 3 to match everything else, so that I could keep the damage consistent and be able to take out enemies as we continued into the hardest waves.
Yeah. Well, you just look at any of the. Let's take a look at all the hordes. You Gears 2.
You had the shields.
The shields. That was it. Like,
and then the Cyrus would kick him over, but he still had the shields.
Okay, go fuck yourself, Cyrus. You're a piece of that shit.
Those things were annoying.
Well, that's why you had multiple levels of shields and stuff like that.
True.
Each person
they'll kick one over, they'll stop, and then gives you the chance to.
Each person would be able to put down at least 1.5 shields, because you brought the average down at that point. During used to the game, you didn't have the game at that point.
That's true.
And
Gears when we were playing Gears 2, I had gotten the triple pack. I ran through Gears 1 fast, ran through Gears 2 with you as we did co-op, and then I just started playing Horde with you guys. I was still kind of new on it.
Yeah.
But once I got my footing, I started improving, and then Gears 3 came out shortly after, and then
that Gears 3 were a lot better. You were a lot better in Gears 3 because of the fact that
Insta-give.
I gave up on Gears 3 with
those perks and shit,
with sheets,
with the arcade.
Yeah.
Although you have to admit, Pat trying to take on a Brumok with Insta-give was very.
What was it? It was
you could go up to most of the bosses.
Oh yeah.
And you can insta-give them. The Berserker, when they would show up for the boss waves, you can punch each one and beat them and take them out with insta-give.
Yeah.
But the Brumok, you couldn't. At the time, Pat didn't know. He ran up to it. What did he get? Thank you.
And
tried to punch him, and he stepped on him. Insta death.
Well, yeah,
that was an insta kill. And we left, and you and I left him out there. Yeah, we didn't even try to bring him back. We went, yeah, we're not trying to get him.
Pat, did you just... Yes, I did.
You're going to stay dead until we get rid of this thing.
I'm not reviving you after that. I mean, like...
You can come back after the wave is over.
Yeah,
which is, as is normal. Playing as Jack, though, in Horde is actually very interesting because you don't get a lot of kills with him because he's a support character, but you get a lot of assists, and there's an item that you can build with Jack, I believe, which is called the Forge. The interesting thing about the Forge is with Jack, you can go and pick up weapons and bring them to your allies. you can take these weapons, you pick it up, and if you have the forge built, you can drop it in the forge, and it takes these weapons, basically deconstructs them, and turns them into power that goes right into the fabricator.
Oh, that's
so
actually really...
If you're running low and there's like 20 weapons right in front of you because you decided to stay in your base and let everyone come to you, you can just keep picking up weapons, dropping them in the forge, and end up with another 4,000 or 5,000 credits easy. Maybe, most likely more.
That's actually really cool.
Just by dropping weapons into the fabric, into the forge that no one's going to use. And obviously, the rarer the weapon, the better. If you drop a cryo cannon or the vulture, you get even more.
Yeah.
But it'll take anything. It'll take grenades too.
That's pretty awesome, actually, to be honest. That's some
Grenades,
awesome shit,
shotguns, sniper rifles, assault rifles.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Pistols. But you can only do it as Jack. Only Jack's able to do it. But it allows whoever's playing as Jack to help out.
Yeah, to help out a lot.
But you can still, revive. You can still use the little zapper thing that you add on during the story, during the campaign. He still has the zapper. I'm not sure about the personal perks though. I haven't played it as of yet, so I don't know about those.
No, yeah, I don't know.
But I know that the scout, the tank, and the soldier class of characters have those personal abilities.
Yeah.
And those can save your life when you're on the high.
Hands down, yeah, definitely.
So I think I had the assault damage at level 8 of 10, wave 42, and I was still mowing them down. Because it adds another like 40% damage or 50% damage at that point per round.
Yeah, I mean the perks with
they're a nice addition, but you gotta be strategic about it because they cost power.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And obviously the higher level, the more it costs.
Yeah.
But you also want to be able to deposit some into the fabricator so that your engineer can use it. And when you go to put it in, it's by increments of 1,000.
Yeah, it's like the what you call it, the strike. What was it, the sniper strike in Gears 4?
Yeah.
Where it would just come down and just be like, and just kill a bunch of people.
I was using that. I was trying to level up quickly when the Gilded Rom thing was going on, but I wasn't at a high enough level for sniper, and I wasn't at a high enough level with that particular skill for it to be effective.
Yeah.
With that, out of the 6 levels, you needed it to be at least level 3 or 4, because it targets at like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Every time you do it, and you're using it on wave 49, it takes out 7 or 8, and you can keep spinning it until you have like 4 or 5 enemies left, and then you can take him on your own.
Yeah.
The best thing to do with that is do it on Inconceivable or Insane if you've done Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of experience from that.
Oh yeah, definitely, hands down.
And you always want to wait.
You always want to.
From what I was doing, what I found is wait like 5 seconds when you see those ribbons come for double, triple, quad, multi. Give it a couple seconds, let the ribbons fade, do it again, so you can get the double, triple, quad, multi again.
Yeah.
Or whatever they call the 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it keep doing that because
the quit was the
right.
5. Yeah.
Right. So you let them fade and then do it again so that you get those ribbons again because you get XP for each one.
Yeah.
So the more you get, the better.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you let it fade, you do it again, you get those ribbons again. So by the end of the wave, you should have probably 6 or 7 of each of those ribbons.
Yeah.
Which gives you a lot of XP.
It does. It really does. I mean, any time when you have that much XP going on, you're
and
just
then
gotta,
whatever on top of whatever you get completing the wave on Insane or Inconceivable. And having the extra multipliers and shit going on.
The best is Inconceivable because I leveled up most of my classes in Gears 4.
You don't have to. You can actually get to Inconceivable for Horde and Escape in Gears 5 without having completed any of them already.
Yeah.
They don't have any of that there. I think you do have to finish campaign on Insane though for Inconceivable Insane.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but they may have kept that. Otherwise, if you want to do Inconceivable on any of them, I think they call it Master now.
Yeah, they do. Kind of weird, but kind of fitting for me.
It's fitting for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just be like Master Genie. I like that. Inconceivable Shanny. That's kind of like weird. I don't know how I like that. Yeah. You know, you got those Gears 5. Gears 5, hell of a game. Campaign was just, yeah, like you just said, very fun, out of this world, kind of.
I love that open world area, and I liked having those side missions in there.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of go, all right, these side missions are what's going on in the world while you're trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. You get to see kind of what other factions are doing. You're getting to see what happened to other people, like the last survivors in the chapter.
Yeah.
Or the hives that you could find in the second chapter too.
Oh yeah.
So it was very interesting.
It was very very different from Gears 4, especially campaign wise. It just didn't. It had that feel. It had that feel. It definitely had. You can definitely tell that they took a risk making this game because of the fact that they had that open world concept to it, and
but I like
not a whole lot of people would.
They didn't get distracted in the open world.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're doing that, you still want to be able to kind of push the players in the direction you want to go, while still being able to explore what you're kind of riding through, have some little stuff to collect, and maybe have some side missions thrown in there for like the side missions in Gears 5. You get Jack's ultimate abilities. And some of those are really good. Like the hijack one. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
That was great. When the hijack ends, the enemy's head explodes. It's great. You don't even for like the drones and the grenadiers and the hunters and the elite hunters. When that happens, head explodes. They're done.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the pouncer and the stump and the warden, it'll explode and it'll cause some damage, but they're not going to die. But the smaller enemies, even the juvie and the trackers and the DVs, they're done. When that goes off, they're dead.
Oh yeah.
You don't even have to worry about them coming after you after the hijack's over.
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, Gears has been one of those franchises that you just like. The character build-up for that has been phenomenal. Like they made that endless. They made that I shouldn't say endless, seamless transition from Locust to Swarm. I mean, like that was very easy for them. It wasn't very hard for them to like. They had to go into over explanation and to saying why this happened.
Let the story tell it for them.
And exactly, they just let the story just say it all for them, and it was probably one of the most well done transitions in the recent gaming history. I mean, like look at Black Ops, look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty Call of Duty just struggled ridiculously.
In recent years, the story has just been
terrible,
awful.
And then what? Last year
and Black Ops 4 didn't even have a story. It was just
2 years ago.
Here's some mission, here's some operations you can do with each of the different characters. What kind of story is that? It doesn't tell anything.
Yeah, it doesn't tell anything.
Great, this is your ability. Now go use it in a battle.
Yeah, like if you're gonna still tell a story, like Siege didn't have like a true campaign, but I mean it had stories to tell.
Right, the Black Ops 4 tried to emulate that, but each operator didn't even have a story.
Yeah. Exactly, and that was the downfall of that kind of like setup.
Multiplayer was just Black Ops 3 with different skin.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They didn't innovate much.
No.
Excluding the whole Battle Royale mode. They didn't innovate the rest of the multiplayer at all.
Yeah.
It was the same thing repackaged.
Battle Royale was terrible too, by the way.
Apparently, though, it was popular.
It was very popular. Yeah, it was.
Let's face it, that
was
the Battle Royale. I mean,
yeah.
You had Apex, Fortnite, Battlefield got into it, Call of Duty got into it.
Apex
what was it? PlayerUnknown.
Yeah.
Doing a Battle Royale too.
Yeah.
It's 5 different games doing the same game mode. And now all of them are slowly going downhill.
Apex was pretty good.
Overwatch
was a pretty good one.
Overwatch is the only one I think that's still
a valid option.
That's still going with a lot of success. I mean, They have professional gaming leagues that
it's the
that do it
esports
now.
that really
It drives it, but they're still putting out new DLC and new stuff for it.
Oh yeah, well,
despite Fortnite trying, it's not as successful.
Fortnite's just
still in
they
beta.
still have a bad rap with all the what was it, the hacks and all that they had.
Not only that, there were lawsuits too, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the lawsuits were.
And what floors me is the first year that it was out, there was talks of it being nominated for Game of the Year. But when you look at the boot screen,
yeah,
it says beta.
Yeah.
You can't be a Game of the Year when you're in beta.
Yeah.
This game has been in beta for now, what, 2 years?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 at this point?
Yeah.
It's been around. How long has this game been around now? I'd say at least 2 years.
Yeah, at least that.
Ever since it was released in beta. They supposedly, when they release the full game, anyone who's been playing from a certain season to earlier will get the full game free. But at this point, they may not even release it as a full game.
Yeah.
Because people have been playing it now as an open, now it was in private beta for a while. Now it's an open beta.
Yeah.
What's the difference? It's still a beta.
Yeah. I mean, for the whole battle royale thing, it's just it just
could be unique, but you need, not only do you need to put your own spin on it, you need to change it up.
Yeah.
After a month or two, you want something different.
Yeah. It's true.
And that's why you're seeing these battle royale games, or even the modes in other games like Battlefield and Call of Duty. You know, it starts up at the top. You know, it's popular, people are playing it, but over time, that player base is dwindling down to almost nothing. To the streamers and the tryhards and the esports people.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it just becomes nothing.
Yeah.
There's no innovation. There's nothing new. Fortnite tries, but all they do is change the map. That's not new. It's still the same map.
The characters.
The map and characters. Anybody can do that. That's just cosmetic. It's not. I'm not talking about cosmetic. I'm talking about
you're trying to
something completely different.
Like put a different weapon on the map that gives someone an edge.
Exactly, or even a new style of play.
Of play, yeah, like trying to
new strategies and stuff.
Yeah, like attack and defend.
Exactly.
You know, kind of like I don't know. I don't even know what you would. I mean,
that's why all the Battle Royale keep going as popular as it was when Fortnite and these other games first come out.
There is like a team deathmatch type Battle Royale thing where you
Fortnite has that,
where you dive in and stuff like that. Apex has that too.
But it's not Battle Royale.
But it's not Battle Royale. It's just it's multiplayer at that point. Fortnite's just not what it was back in the. Back
when it first started.
When it first started back 3.
Even then, it wasn't all that. I didn't think it was all that. I mean, it was beta. It was free, and that's why it had so many people.
Yeah.
Because it was free. I mean, PlayerUnknown, they were doing Battle Royale for a while. You had to pay for the game.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, you gotta pay for the game. Here comes Fortnite. Guess what? It's free. And then Apex came out. That's free too.
Well, yeah, because EA's always had that competitive
system.
Yeah,
loot boxes and all that crap.
They just had that.
Did you know that they hold the Guinness World Records for most downvotes
on a
Reddit forum?
Nice.
For that, because when their comment about the loot boxes and stuff, that now holds the Guinness World Record for most downvotes on a Reddit page. I saw that. Actually, Guinness had posted that on Facebook as well as IGN. It was really funny. I read that, like, oh crap, that actually is a thing.
That's actually hilarious.
That is.
Yeah, because...
I guess anything could be a world record at this point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do world records for anything, really, at this point.
Yeah, just don't try to go for the world record for the longest gaming session. You'll end up dead.
I know, right? Probably someone in China has that.
I think it was Japan.
Seriously?
It was one of those two. I don't remember which one.
Esports is really big over there, so and
well, also Japan's the international headquarters of Nintendo and of Sony.
Yeah. Well, actually, Pat brought this up to me, about a week ago. He said, because if you go that's kind of the thing wrong with the U.S. right now is if you went up to your parents and said, hey, I'm gonna become a professional esports gamer. They don't be like, what the fuck are you? That's not a real job. Yeah, people in Japan, China, and those countries are like, they're like, go for it.
Do it.
Do it. Like,
you'll get famous, you'll get paid well, why not?
Yeah, you'll get famous, you get,
it's hard to be a professional esports person, though.
So
you have to be really, really good. You gotta be top 0.5% of the world's gamers. There's a lot of gamers.
Oh, there is. You just learn how over the past, I guess, 3 to 5 years, you really learned how big gaming has been. Like, you always saw it, but I mean, you really
over the last few years, esports has grown
so dramatically.
Gears has been doing it since Gears 2, Gears 3.
Gears 3.
They've been doing it since Gears 3, and when it started, it wasn't all that. It wasn't as popular as it is now. I mean, now they stream it live online.
Yeah. And
whenever that happens, if you go online and stream it for 30 minutes, you get a whole slew of in-game rewards just for tuning in.
Yeah.
And that's how I got some of the esports stuff when I was getting the esports cape for the Road to Gears 5.
Yeah.
I was on my way back from Nashville.
Yeah.
With my parents, and all I did was I was watching Spider-Man Homecoming on my tablet.
Yeah.
I had my phone running with the stream next to me.
Yeah.
And I just let it go.
Exactly.
I had to have it running for 60 minutes. I had it running for 60 minutes. The alert on my phone popped up, hey, you got the esports cape. Be available the next time you log into Gears 4 on your console.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how fun was Nashville?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Definitely got to go back.
Yeah, Nashville was probably top 10 places I've ever been, just with the way people act on the street. Like Broad Street around here is no way in term even close to Broad Street in downtown Nashville. That's what we were on. Broadway, whatever it is.
It's called Broadway.
Yeah, but it's the equivalent to Broad Street here, basically.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's equivalent to. It's the exact same type of street. Goes over a bunch of highways. It's not. It was just so fun.
What's funny is when you guys had left, I went down Broadway with my parents. We saw at least a dozen different bachelorette parties.
Nice.
On these party buses, and they were dancing, singing, drinking. It was funny as hell. But there were so many. Every time we turned around, there was another one coming.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Then you had those scooters, scooter people coming back. Yeah,
My mom was like, "Oh, we should do that." I turned around and went, "We don't have enough people.
Yeah.
We're only 3 people.
Yeah.
You need to fill up the entire thing to pedal up these hills.
Yeah.
Because it was hilly.
You meant the yeah.
You need more people.
Yeah, I was talking about the scooters, like the scooters that were like downtown where
people
were just riding on them.
Yeah, the zip scooters.
Yeah, zip scooters, yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. Especially down Broadway there, because it was just like basically just a downhill motion or an uphill motion. So you, like on the uphill, that would be
go right on down, or you're gonna work your way back up.
Yeah, that would be a perfect time to get scooters when coming back up.
Old Smoky was fun.
Old Smoky was very fun.
$5, you got to try 13 different things.
Yeah.
Different products from theirs. Can't beat that.
Which we got one right now, too. Want a good rabbit?
Yep. Be right back.
Which is our favorite, actually, to be honest. That was
we tried it.
That was,
We tried that one at Moonrunners in Raleigh. And they didn't have that one at the location the old Smokey location we were at in Nashville.
I was fucked up at
I think we all were at that point. We all had.
Oh my god.
We all had tasters of 8 different. What was it? 8 different moonshines on top of the other drinks that we had in the food. I had a giant burger there. It was a good burger.
Yeah.
It was more than I could eat.
Oh yeah. No.
You
had like. Didn't you have? You had the one that actually they advertised like it's a pound of meat. Like
I think it was one that was on the show.
Yeah. You